Hope you're having a very blessed day today. I'm your host, Zach SchuZ, Shoemaker, and today is an episode you're not going to want to miss, especially if you're a UNLV basketball fan. Because you're going to hear from your top 30 ranked 2020 basketball recruiting class, which you're going to hear from Nick Blake, Donavan Yap, Reece Brown, Isaac Lindsey, and Jhaylon Martinez, and each one of those are spectacular interviews. We're going to hear from your future Rebel stars. But I promise you, there's so much more great interviews and content coming out on SchuZ Views that you're not going to miss. So, make sure to head over to my Instagram and Twitter profile and follow me at Zach Shoemaker to stay up to date. You can also make sure to subscribe to my podcast on whatever podcast platform you're currently listening to. Leave a 5-star review or comment. All that is greatly appreciated. But with that being said, I think we got to hop right on in and hear from the first guest right after this. I'm blessed to welcome on the highest recruit of the special UNLV class. He's number 92 overall player in the country while holding a 4-star to his name. He also finds himself currently ranked the number 9 overall player while he's in Florida and is the 18 overall shooting guard in all the country. He was one of the star leaders of the Las Vegas Knicks this past summer playing with the Adidas team, and he's now one of the star players in IMG's postgrad team. He's one of the largest risers as well in the past year, where he's grown from being in the hundreds to now being in the top 100. That being said, I couldn't be more excited than to be able to welcome on Nick Blake. What's happening, my guy?
I'm doing good. And yourself?
Pretty good. So let's jump right in, man. I mean, how does it feel? I mean, obviously you just now got done signing an official letter of intent to go and commit to UNLV. What's it feel like?
Man, I just feel real blessed to be able to commit to such a great school. That's also in my hometown. It's just a culmination of all the hard work I've put in over the past 4 years of high school. Just really excited to get there.
Without a doubt. I mean, I think that's obviously one thing a lot of people have heard from you is saying you obviously getting really to be able to go and play at your hometown, like you said, and that's a huge thing for a lot of people. But talk about really what the influence was, and was that maybe something that you knew for a long time that you wanted to play at home?
I wouldn't necessarily I knew it for a long time, but once I figured out that how much love they gave me, the community, how they wanted me to stay home, and it just seemed like all the pieces just really came together, and I made my decision, and I just haven't looked back since. And it's just like a lot of people aren't able to play for their hometown if they want to move away or anything like that. And with me, I think it was just the complete opposite. I just felt so much love. So with the coaches and everything, it was just, again, like I needed to stay home, I felt like.
Without a doubt. I think that's one thing that a lot of people really in the new generation really like. I think you're seeing a lot more of it at all levels of basketball. I think it kind of starts in the NBA too. You look at a lot of guys obviously going back, playing for their hometown, just that sense of really having pride of where you came from, being able to be around family, which is a huge thing. And obviously you do that now for at least 1 year, depending on how long you stay in college, if not to the obviously 4 years, which would be an awesome thing.
Definitely.
I think right now obviously as a ranked number 28, but like you just said, I think a lot of people look at stuff like that. And I think especially in the college feeling, the rankings, honestly, in my opinion, rankings are cool to look at, but they don't really mean a lot. I think it's mostly just how do you guys play together and how do you guys get along together and really the chemistry you guys can form. And that's really the biggest thing when you start talking about putting together a roster. And really that's, I think, where being 28, obviously you guys have a lot of talent, but there's not the superstar players, the top players in the country that's really there. But I think you guys being able to come together, obviously a lot of you guys have connection and relationships will obviously translate big time.
Definitely. I feel like chemistry is more important than just putting players out there that you think are just big time players. And I think all of us have had experience playing against those so-called, big time players and everything. So I feel like regardless, we're gonna go out there and play hard, and play together, and our skill level is just gonna determine that. Also, we may be overlooked or everything, but I think we have a good shot of really just making a run and everything.
No doubt. And obviously, you guys have a lot of players coming in with your new class, but there still will be some guys, obviously, from this year's team. So kind of talk about who's some of the guys you're really excited to go play with that maybe you create a good connection with already.
In the summer, I had played in the Desert Rain Pro-Am in Las Vegas, and I got a chance to see Amari Hardy play. And he can really just attack the basket, dish it out. So I really like my chances of playing with him. He's really been improving his outside and just overall scoring. So that's really going to be exciting. Jonah Antonio, again, another great shooter. I feel like with me being able to slash to the basket a lot with my athleticism and quickness at my size, being able to trust somebody, so really excited for that. Donnie Tillman, if he chooses to stay for his last year, I'm going to be really excited to play with him. He's such a versatile player. I really like his game. I think he's going to be really good. The two bigs, Czech and Mbake, I think both of them are just really big, but they're able to move a little bit better than people for their size. So them having a defensive presence side is really, I think that's going to be really exciting because as a whole, I think we could be a really good defensive team also as offense.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt. And so kind of talk about someone else. Is there anyone else maybe coming that you guys are talking to that UNLV really has a good chance of landing out from your guys' class?
We're really still trying for Mwani Wilkinson. Really good 6'6", can really play 1 through 4 because of his toughness, his athletic ability. He can block shots. I think he's really coming along, improving on like his skill set. And if we can land him, I think to other people we may be ranked 20s or whatever in our recruiting class, but to me, I think we're number one, bringing all those pieces together. So I think we land him, we're going to be something really, really great, hard to deal with.
Without a doubt. I think one thing that really stands out in today's game is just being able to bring together, like you said, a large group of guys at a younger group. Like, I think when you start moving in, taking one or two young pieces at a time, that can still be a good team. But I think when you able to take really an overhaul and just bring in 5+ guys from a single class and really develop that chemistry over the course of time will be obviously paid big dividends throughout the rest of your guys' college careers.
Definitely. If any of us have the opportunity to go to any type of professional league, that's great. But I think if we end up staying 2, 3, 4 years and build more and more team chemistry and the skill level together, just being around each other all the time, I think we have a chance to really honestly win a national title just with that because of all the pieces that we have already.
Without a doubt. And you kind of talked a little bit about the professional career. I think obviously, I really think for a lot of players in today's game, I think pretty much there's so many players that have the potential of playing at the next level, and obviously past college, there's so much talent that people are developing at such a younger age. But with you, I think a lot of people look at obviously coming as a top 100 player, and you have the size of being an NBA caliber player. Obviously, you're a 6'6", 6'7" frame, and you obviously have all the intangibles to play at the next level. So kind of talk about what that looks like, and really where do you see yourself having to improve on or develop in your game to really take the next jump?
I believe that when I become a better outside shooter more consistently, I believe that's really the time I think I can make the jump into any type of professional situation because of how the game is going today. I can really pass the ball well for my size. I can dribble the ball well for my size. My mid-range shot is there. But with the expanded range of the NBA, people like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and all the other players that can really stretch the floor so far out as guards, and bigs, I just need to become a more consistent shooter, and then I could probably look into those professional options.
Absolutely. And about a year ago, or even more than that, I mean, obviously the NBA really wasn't in a lot of people's mindset in terms of what you could potentially achieve because you really were a year ago ranked a 3-star player, just barely in the top 200, and now you obviously have transformed yourself, jumping and being one of the biggest risers, honestly, throughout the past year. But kind of talk about what that's been like throughout your high school career and developing now into this player that really has tremendous upside.
I really owe it to my AAU program, the Las Vegas Knicks. Those coaches really never let me rest, I should say, because it was just always a constant working thing for them because they just saw so much potential in me. They didn't really let me get lazy. And if they saw me getting lazy, they just get it about me. And like the work ethic thing was always at a younger age was more of a problem for me because I was more talented. I was, I guess, really good. That's why I was always inconsistent, was a 3-star player. And then they saw me being able to be a 4 or 5-star player and just getting in the gym more and more with them. I just made the jump. And it just came from confidence of being in the gym. And, of course, a good amount of growth spurt in the weight room didn't harm it either. So it just really all coming together for me.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit more about your AAU season. I mean, obviously, like you said, you really had a huge summer. Last couple summers, honestly, but obviously this summer was a huge one. And kind of talk about why you decided to go and play for the Vegas Knicks and really what it was like and some of your teammates that you really enjoyed playing with.
The Las Vegas Knicks just had a great culture of fighting through adversity, and no matter what, we're gonna be dogs. No matter who says we're gonna lose, who we're playing against, it was just always a dog mentality. Bringing your workers hard hat and just coming in and going to work, and I just love the tradition that they had there. And just going to the AAU season, we had about 3 or 4 returners from last year, so we were just really, we had some chemistry there, and then we had some new guys come in. But I would have to say I really enjoyed playing with Tone Hunter, my point guard, because, again, that's another guy I've been playing with since about 7th grade. Also played on Vegas Elite with, and I was we were also there for 2 years at Durango High School. So he was really been a dude I just wanted to win with, because we had so many times of, 8th grade, we were probably better than most, still didn't get the job done in like a national championship setting. So it was just being able to just kind of play with him still, just keep fighting together. It was really a really great summer with him. I thought he improved really well also over the past few years with the Knicks. So it's been definitely a great ride.
That's awesome. And now, obviously, you're heading down to your senior year, but talk about your high school career. Obviously, you've gone to a couple different high schools, and now you're getting ready to go play at IMG. But talk about really what it's been like leading up to now this season at IMG.
My 9th grade year was really just a great experience, because I was able to be a starting point guard, shooting guard on Shadow Ridge's varsity team as a freshman. So it was just more of a learning experience, coming into my own, being able to have given the confidence to me, have the ball in my hands at such an early age, playing against a lot of great opponents, because in my 9th grade year, we had some dudes. I had to go out there and guard Troy Brown, Taylor Miller, just a bunch of dudes that went on to play big-time basketball and have played big-time basketball and just ranked highly. So it was just having that learning experience was definitely great. My 2 years at Durango, again, more learning experiences. There was already players there, I would say, that were more like seasoned and veteran, so I had to take a more defensive role. And I think like those two years there, like having more defensive roles and then having an offensive role my freshman year has made me into the player today, because I'm able to now play both sides of the ball more. And I think this last year I attended Middlebrooks Academy in California, and that was just me getting my body right and my academics right, really sitting down, cracking down, being able to get another chance at making sure I qualify and all my grades are intact. I went from having like a 2.2 GPA to a 3.3. So it was just really a blessing being able to go out there, just kind of like isolate myself from home a little bit so I could kind of grow up, get my things intact. So it was really great.
Absolutely. And I think one thing that obviously stood out to me, and I think that a lot of people I think a lot of people ask that question about freshman year. I think that's something that a lot of people look at as saying, some people obviously go to the thing saying it doesn't really mean too much. It's just your first year of high school. And I think that to a degree that's correct. I mean, I think you look at it, like you said, obviously we're going in there with the expectation to maybe go lead a team to state or do something like that. Probably not. But like you said, it was a chance that you really got accustomed to high school and really set you up for the next few years. And I really benefited you, boosted you into getting your confidence, learning the flow of high school basketball, which has now obviously got you to the point where you're at IMG now.
Definitely. And then I believe at IMG now it's just, again, more and more big time basketball. I'm on the postgrad team because I had finished my coursework last year, of course, and this year we're just playing a bunch of just grimy dudes, like almost sometimes grown men, just really skilled, really fast, really strong. Just, again, more of a learning experience. Just keep on growing and growing until I get to the stage I want in college. So I think we're going to really have a great team. I have 5, including myself, we have 5 like really high-level dudes on our team. 6, actually. We have, of course, myself, KJ Martin, Alan Breed, a Providence commit, Michael Brown-Jones, a VCU commit, Darius Miles, and Noah Hutchins. So we just have a really great team. I think we can make a knapsack run against Brewster, against Hargrave, against Putnam. So I think we're going to have a really great season.
Absolutely. And I think one thing, for a lot of people that are listening, obviously, I think a lot of people do know IMG is. I think it's one of the most established, well-known high school programs out there. And if people have ever been able to see that, IMG is an incredible campus that obviously is better than a lot of college campuses are. And kind of talk about what it's been like being on that campus. Not just that, but the fact of having so many high-level athletes from all different sports across the country, or across the world, to be honest, that being able to be around them and just seeing how everyone else works and really be in that atmosphere. How's that like?
It was really different, man. I just came here. I came here on a really dark night about 9 p.m. and I see like kids coming out the weight room, and I'm like, wow, like you guys still working out? I mean, I'm walking in the lunchroom and then I'm getting a handshake from a kid, and then next thing you know, my teammate tells me, that's Big Papi Ortiz's son. Like it was just really crazy coming here, seeing all like the activities that they have, the amenities, I mean, resources. It's just really been crazy. But the athletes aspect, just seeing all the like work people put in here, just astonishing to me. Like just all these other athletes that are basically on the same journey as me, wanting to make it to the highest level that they can, working hard every day. Like, and then especially for the kids that still have high school coursework, their schedule is crazy. I honestly think it's almost like a college schedule. You have to wake up, go work out for your first practice, go eat, or actually go eat before your first practice at like 5, 6 a.m., go to your first practice, go to school second, and then an individual type workout, and then go eat again in between those two. It's just really crazy, and being able to adapt to that is just, I've been seeing all these kids doing at such early ages. It's like crazy to me, because if I had these like resources growing up, I don't know where I'd be.
I know, absolutely. I think that's something that when you look at the list of players that have come from IMG from all different sports, I mean, there's so many elite high-level NFL players to the MLB players to tennis, and of course basketball we know. And I think two of the most recognizable guys are Josh Green from last year, and it's guys like that. And I just think you look at, I mean, the amount of work that they put in is insane. All you guys, I mean, it just shows that why he has some of the top players across the world, and so many guys from IMG end up going on to be professional players at high levels from here on out.
Yeah, I mean, the trainers here really get you right. Our trainer, UJ, he's a basketball trainer, and man, I can tell you that since I've been here, I've felt in the best shape I've ever felt in my life. I mean, he's gotten all of us right, really gotten all of our explosiveness up. I mean, if you look at it, it's almost like we gained 10, 15 pounds, but it's like we lost fat, gained muscle, and it's like all of us, when we go off to any colleges that we're going to with KJ, professional options, just going to be ready, just ready. And I think that's what the problem is with a lot of freshmen. They think they can go in there and just kind of maintain off maybe their skill level or what they think they can do. But I think the college game is just, man, you got to be big, physical, fast, and strong to really survive. So I think that we'll really be ready for that.
Couldn't agree more, man. And is there anyone maybe on the IMG team that you've really created a great connection with, rather on the basketball team or some other team?
I think really me and all my teammates, like we've really gotten close in these past couple 4 months. So I think as a whole, everybody in our team, we're really close. We hang out even outside of practice. We're everywhere together. So I think my teammates definitely I've all got really close with.
Absolutely. And before I let you go, I was like wrapping on a couple different questions. The first one being, who would you say in your life has been your biggest role model?
My biggest role model, I would probably have to say, I'd really have to say my mother, and aside from my mother, my AAU coach and director, Lamar Bigby, because he just set an example for me that no matter where somebody comes from, you could be the thing that you want, and like through God and just having strength and just building wisdom, learning lessons throughout life, you could help other people. And that's really what he did for me, and just helped me, honestly, off the basketball court more than on it, just how to live life. And with my mother, she was always there for me emotionally off the court. If I lost a game, she'd always be the first one to tell me it was okay. Just always providing for me and my brothers, no matter what the circumstances was. So I'd probably say those two are definitely the big two in my life.
That's awesome. I think, like you said right there, I mean, having a parent or a sibling or someone that's in your life that can really help guide you that way, that's within a family, is just an awesome thing that really helps you stay on the path that God has in store for you. But the other thing that really stands out, I think, is obviously having an AAU coach or director or something, because obviously those guys have the ability to play really a huge impact on so many athletes' lives because they're with them for a good portion of the year traveling and all that. And I think when you're able to have those special directors or coaches that really invest in you and really stick by your side and help you and truly care about you and push you to the next level is something that's so special because unfortunately that's not what a lot of AAU coaches all do. There's a lot of them, don't get me wrong, but a lot of them obviously aren't always there like that. And so being able to have that's a huge thing.
Definitely. I think, honestly, in my progression as a player, having Coach Big there as more of a father figure more than a coach all the time I was able to just progress because I knew I had somebody I could trust not only on the court but off it.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt. And the final question I was wrapping up with is, how would you say God has helped put you in the position you're at today?
It's just always, I feel like it's just always it's just a feeling, it's almost like you feel like you can't do something anymore. I feel like it's just a strength factor. I just always think how I can't even really explain it as to somebody else sometimes, but it's just a feeling I have push through this. A spirit is there. They're providing opportunities for you. It's up to you to go work for it. Can't really explain it any more than that.
No doubt. Obviously, I think it's true. It's hard to always explain, but I think one of the really best things you hear about is obviously he's like the lion and the lamb. He's someone that's always going to be able to he's going to put you through things, but he's going to be the strong suit for you and be there to help get you through it. And it might be tough times, but he will be able to help get you through it. And then he's also there to help comfort you and just be there for you every step of the way and really be able to live out the great path that he's in store for you.
Definitely. I feel like all of us should be trying to follow in his footsteps of just doing good. And that could be with anything. Obviously, with my thing, it'd be basketball. I can really help and touch people through basketball. So I feel like that's more of my calling through Jesus and his spirit. So I feel like me being able to have that platform, I can help other people and follow his footsteps of helping people also.
Couldn't agree more, man. I think like you just said, everyone in the world has something that he has specially created for everyone. That's something special. It might not be in sports, it might be whatever it might be. There's something in some area of life that he has something that you're supposed to be great at, and just being able to find that thing and lock in on it is something that is really something truly special.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking time to come on today, my guy. Obviously, best of luck with this upcoming season. I'm excited to see what you and the rest of UNLV guys do in the future.
Thank you.
No problem, bro. God bless.
You too.
I'm excited to be able to welcome on one of the top guards in all the country. He currently ranks as the number 46 overall shooting guard. The 3-star guard also finds himself currently ranked the number 6 overall player in all of Nevada. And in the class of 2020, he's currently ranked the number 245 overall player. He put on a show this summer with Team Vegas in the Gauntlet and is getting ready to help lead Arbor View this upcoming season in his senior year. So that being said, I couldn't be more excited than to welcome on Donavan Yap. What's happening, bro?
Nothing much. How about you?
Not much. So let's just hop right in, man. How does it feel? You officially signed your letter of intent. You're going to be going to UNLV. Talk about really what it feels like.
It just feels good being able to play for the city. I was born and raised here, and I just couldn't pass up the opportunity. I love it.
Absolutely. So when you look at it, obviously you guys are bringing in really a whole new look of a team. What's really stands out to you about it? And really talk about some of the guys you're excited to play alongside.
We have a lot of locals this year. UNLV hasn't really recruited any of the locals in the past years with the old coaching staff. But Coach TJ, Coach Slocum, along with the rest of the UNLV coaching staff, they did a good job trying to recruit the locals like Jhaylon Martinez and Nick Blake. And I just really think that's cool, and I can't wait to play with those guys.
Absolutely. I think especially when your state's able to have a lot of really top talent come out of it, it's a huge thing to be able to recruit from and not only have that thing where the community can kind of get involved and root for them because they know you just kind of heard about you guys growing up, but also just has you guys be able to have that pride of representing your hometown.
Yeah, it's definitely good. Not too many people can play for their hometown. I just really think it's cool to be able to play with them and that the coaches are trying to change and recruit the Vegas players.
Without a doubt. And now obviously you had a lot of other offers in your recruiting process, but what were some other schools you were heavily considering?
Honestly, after I went on my visit at UNLV, I kind of had a feeling that I was going to go there, and I didn't take any more visits or anything after that. I didn't entertain any more coaches. I kind of just knew from the jump, as soon as my visit was over, that that's where I wanted to go.
That's awesome. And being able to have that confidence in one program and obviously made a huge impact on you to want to stay there and go there is a huge thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. So is anyone maybe on the roster right now maybe reached out to you, really created a good contact with or good relationship with already?
Yeah, I'm good with all of the guys. Mbake, David, Marvin, Amari, Nick, Bryce, all of the guys. Jonah, I'm cool with everybody.
That's awesome. And I think when people look at the recruiting class of you guys, there's a lot of guards they look at. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are the point guard, shooting guard, small forward kind of role. But kind of talk about really how you expect you guys to be able to play and really grow together throughout your guys' careers.
Honestly, there is a lot of guards, but I feel like it's a brotherhood at UNLV. It's really a good relationship, whether it's on the court or off the court. So I just feel like as our chemistry develops, outside of the court, as our chemistry develops outside of the court, it'll kind of just play a part when we get back on the court.
Without a doubt. And so when you really look at the place of UNLV, I mean, I think it's somewhere that a lot of people wonder why hasn't it been able to really be a top market place? I mean, you guys are in Vegas. It's a really nice stadium. Obviously, the NBA hosts a summer league there. I mean, there's a lot of big time stuff that happens there, and people always kind of wonder why can't they be elite? And I think this will be the first step. I mean, adding a lot of just a really good whole new look of a roster and adding a new coaching staff and hometown players and all. It's just a great mixture to possibly start bringing that elite talent out to UNLV now.
Yeah, it really is.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. And I was kind of talking about jumping into your high school season. Obviously, you're getting going now with that. Kind of talk about really what you're excited for about playing at Arbor View.
I love my teammates. They're competitive. I like the coaches. We're in a nice location. I just like going out there and competing with my guys. I like how the coaches coach. I like our fan support.
Without a doubt. So is there maybe one player on the team that you've really created a great connection with?
I'd probably say Jhaylon Lee. I've known him since I was little. We grew up together. I'm really cool with all of the guys, Mikey, Larry, David. I'm cool with everybody too.
That's big time. And now talk about a little about your club season. Obviously, you play with Team Vegas. Talk about really what it was like playing with some guys that you're gonna be playing with now.
Yeah, it was definitely different from what I was used to. I had left a Nike team to go to an Adidas team. Didn't know really any of the players. Kind of knew some of the coaches. It was just a different experience for me. But as soon as I suited up, it was actually fun. I'll probably say one of my best AAU summers on the court and off the court. I like the guys, the teammates, Jhaylon. It's just cool that I'm able to play with Jhaylon again in college also.
Absolutely. And kind of talk about the Nevada/Vegas community. I think that that's really started growing to really being an elite, really just an elite state that produces a lot of talent. I mean, you look down the list of guys right now, there's a lot of great talent coming out of that area. So kind of talk about what that brotherhood's like and some of the other top players that you really see are going to start making it to the next level in Nevada/Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas has definitely got way more top players over the few years. We weren't really recruited out of over the years, but there's actually an amount of players. We got Julian Strother, Zayon Collins, Will McClendon, Jaden Hardy. It's just many more names I can name, and Wani. It's a lot of guys out here.
No doubt. And right there's a name, of course, Mwani. He's someone that a lot of people have really looked at as possibly going to UNLV as well. Talk about really, is he like the only guy you guys are really targeting still potentially for your class, or is there other guys that you guys know you guys might be targeting to add on to your guys' great class?
I'm honestly not sure. That's the coaches' decisions. They haven't told me anything like that, but I do know we would love for Wani to come to UNLV and play with us. He would be an important piece.
Without a doubt. And then just talking a little bit more about your game. When you first stepped foot on a UNLV court, really, is there a player that fans can really expect to see from you, rather some characteristics you're going to bring to the game, or maybe a former UNLV player, or maybe an NBA player that you really resemble that they can expect to watch from you?
In all honesty, I feel like a lot of people probably compare me to Ja Morant. Underrated in high school. Was slept on up until senior year like me. Skinny frame. People always said he was weak, so I would probably say Ja Morant.
That's big time. I think that's something that's so great. Seeing this last draft class, there was countless amount of guys. Obviously, John Morant's one of the big ones. I mean, you look at Jarrett Culver, Brandon Clark. There's a lot of these guys that were not highly recruited players whatsoever. I mean, a lot of them went to these small colleges that had to work their way up or whatnot, and they become top picks in the draft and now are destroying and dominating the NBA. And that's something I think a lot of people look at. I mean, clearly, I mean, you're ranked currently 245, and that's something that obviously is not regarded as a top 100 player, but that's something that I think obviously you can prove anyone wrong by that, and the number is just a number. I mean, John Morant was unranked coming out of high school, and really just given an opportunity, you can go out there, produce, and make your own legacy.
Yes, sir, definitely. That's my goal.
Without a doubt. And before I let you go, I was like wrapping up a couple different questions. The first one being, who would you say in your life has been your biggest role model?
I'll probably just say my mom and my little brother. Just growing up with them, me having to be the man of the house at a young age. I just have to grow up real fast, and I like to see a smile on their face.
That's big time. I think God always puts different things in our paths that make us grow into the person He wants us to be, and obviously just being able to step up, like you said, and just have a great supporting cast as well from your mom and all, just is a huge thing just to be able to have.
Yes, sir, for sure.
hmm And my last question I was like wrapping up with is, how would you say God has helped get you to the point you're at today?
God's amazing. Without Him, I wouldn't be here. He's put me through some tough battles to see how I would react from it, if I could overcome it, and just appreciate Him for that. All of the battles He's put me through made me stronger throughout the years. Playing behind people I knew I was better than growing up, or having coaches that didn't like me, it just all turned and worked out. Even being skinny, like He is still like He was just always there for me, and I'm appreciative for Him.
Without a doubt. I mean, he's obviously got a special path in store for you. I mean, like I said earlier, the rankings don't mean anything. He's obviously got a path that people may not be able to see, and just keep doing your thing because we all know it's going to be something special.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, best luck this upcoming season. I'm excited to see what you and the rest of the UNLV guys get done this year.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem, bro. God bless.
Thank you.
It's truly great to be able to welcome on one of the most underrated players in all the country. The two-star forward is one of the newest members of UNLV's historic 2020 recruiting class. He's getting ready to help lead Loomis Chaffee's upcoming season after being a part of City Rocks and EYBL this past summer. And that person is Reece Brown. What's going on today, bro?
What's going on? Nothing much, just working, getting ready for my last year of high school basketball, and then getting ready for the next level.
Without a doubt. I mean, let's jump right in, man. Obviously, you're one of the newest members of UNLV's really big-time recruiting class. So kind of talk about what it felt like being able to sign a letter of intent now and officially part of UNLV.
It was really exciting. It just felt like home when I went there, and I got along well with all the other recruits. I think that was big when I went on my visit, to have the other commits there, and then obviously the coaching staff. I just think it was the best basketball situation for me, and hearing more about their academics, and I think it's the right move for sure.
Absolutely. And I mean, like I just said, I mean, there's a lot of UNLV players that really you guys are having a whole overhaul, a whole bunch of new players that are coming in. So kind of talk about, go down the list of guys. I mean, there's obviously a ton of players, but kind of talk about the guys out of what you know about them so far.
Yes, obviously I haven't really seen everybody play. I haven't really seen anybody play, but they say Nick, he's kind of like similar to me because he's a long, athletic wing that can go and score the ball, and I think those are things that I can do too. So I like playing with someone that's similar to me. Why not have? I know Coach plans on utilizing like a point guard and 3 of those type of players. So just hearing about that got me excited. I got Nick Fleming. I was with him a lot on the visit, just because that was our first time there, and we were kind of doing the full thing. And I heard he's a coach. Talks about him a lot, just how he's such a defensive guy. He shares the ball. He can obviously score. He's doing his thing at junior college right now, but it sounds like he's gonna be a point guard that I really like playing with. Isaac Lindsey, coach said he can obviously knock down shots, and then play D for us. He has pretty good length for a shooter too, so that's gonna just help us. Especially with playmakers, allowing him to be able to knock down shots and do what he does best. Donavan Yap, I don't know him too much. He was the only one that I didn't get to meet on the visit, but I think another 6'3", like athletic, like combo guard type of guy that can go. And then Jhaylon, the big man. I've seen a little bit of videos. Looks like he's versatile a little bit, even though he's kind of a traditional big, but he can move. He can shoot the ball a little bit. You know, he's strong. He looks really strong and from the videos. So obviously I'm excited about that. He's not in the class, but David Jenkins, who's a transfer from South Dakota State, came over with Coach TJ. I mean, his offers when he entered the portal just speak for themselves. You know, he can definitely go. So I'm excited for sure.
Without a doubt. I think one thing that a lot of people hear about with UNLV right now is there's a lot of guards coming in, obviously, guards/wings, and that's something that a lot of people a couple years ago might have said is that's not really going to work. But I think in today's game, you can play a 4-out. Sometimes you could even maybe stretch down, play a 5-out, and really go fast speed ball and all that. I mean, obviously, Jhaylon is going to be someone that's going to really hold down the big man spot when he comes in the game. But you guys can really do a whole bunch of different lineups. It's going to be really great to see.
No doubt. I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Mm-hmm. And a couple of guys have already talked about you, obviously. I mean, right now, not a lot of people across the country know you. Of course, you're not really a highly ranked player, but they all know you coming in as someone that clearly your offer spoke for yourself, and you had a lot of offers still, even though you weren't necessarily a highly ranked player.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're someone that can obviously space the floor. You're athletic, and you obviously really stood your own. And that's going to be someone that is one of those players that can really step out and come in their own during college.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like being underrated and slept on. You know, just more motivation. I'm excited for it. I'm just prove everybody wrong in college, but I know I'm gonna be able to come in and try to have an immediate impact. You know, whether it's defensively, and we're gonna have a good class, and it's gonna be a good combination of youth and older guys. You know, that are gonna be juniors or seniors, so they're only gonna have 1 or 2 years left, and then before we know it, we'll be the older guys. And I already know he's already got some good kids. You know, that he's on hard for 2021, and hopefully we'll keep this train rolling. But I think it'll be a great combination of learning from older guys, but also having an immediate impact. And then, by the time we're sophomores, juniors, we gotta be running it for sure.
Without a doubt. A lot of people have really been wondering about UNLV recently. I think a lot of people look at it, everyone knows they have the Summer League hosted there, and they see that it's one of the top stadiums, in terms of state-of-the-art stadiums in all the country for college basketball. I mean, that's a huge attraction. It's in Vegas, which is a huge attraction. And I think a lot of people look at it, how has that team not really been an elite program or really built to themselves up to be an elite program yet? And I think a lot of people, the last people they really think of is maybe Anthony Bennett and Ra'shjon Vaughn, which haven't really panned out the best, obviously. And a lot of people, that's really the last thing they've really heard about UNLV. But I think having someone that comes in and is able to bring in really a whole new look roster and a whole new coaching staff, something that can revive a whole team and a whole city, which would be awesome to see.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I really believe in, all the whole entire coaching staff and the guys that they've worked with. And, it sounds like a lot of guys were similar to me, not too, a little bit underrated out of high school, just dogs with a chip on their shoulder pretty much. And, hearing that and knowing the guys that really enjoying the guys that are coming in, I think we can do something special.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said earlier, obviously you did have a lot of other offers. So were there any other schools that you really were close to considering or you really did love?
Yeah, my final three was Rice, Elon, and UNLV. I got a bunch of offers. It was whole up and down. But obviously I'm happy with my decision. It's signed, sealed, and delivered. And but it was probably between Rice, Elon, and UNLV. It was my final three. I got some big offers. I lost. I got Wisconsin and lost them the day after, because 2 kids committed. So, it was up and down. But I think everything happens for a reason, and I'm happy with where I'm at for sure.
No doubt. And that's one thing that a lot of people don't always look at. A lot of people just say, well, you get these offers, but a lot of stuff does change in college basketball, especially in the recruiting process. Because, like you said, a couple of guys recruit. It's not really a place that you probably would want to play anyway because it wouldn't be a good fit. And obviously they recognize that. And it's just something that God has different interesting ways of how he works things, and just seeing the way he obviously, as the end goal, is the right place for you. And obviously I think that will be the right place at UNLV.
Yeah, for sure. And just the style of play, that was huge for me. That was one of the first things I always ask coaches. And I have a good feeling just personnel-wise with who he has coming in, and the guys that are already there. I feel like we can definitely do something special. And the way he wants us to play, you got to recruit, you got to coach to your personnel. And I have a feeling that he already talks about how much he wants to run with us and all that. So it makes sense that he's getting, long wings with a solid point guard and a versatile big man. Everything's going to keep adding together. And, they already have a few of those guys, but, it's going to be exciting to learn from some vets and then, soon be in their place before we know it. So.
Absolutely. And so is there maybe a player that UNLV fans can expect to see from you, rather what you're going to bring the team, or is it maybe a player that you kind of relate your game to it rather than NBA or maybe a former UNLV player?
Um, Honestly, like obviously not that much bounce, but a little. As soon as I committed, I had so many people send me the Derrick Jones UNLV highlights just because of my bounce. I think like that's like what I'm known for. I feel like my game is starting to turn. Like I'm working on like my skill set a lot more and everything. So like I'm gonna be able to shoot a lot of threes and like a lot of pull ups this year. Maybe like a Jason Tatum. Obviously not that good, but just like play
Hmm.
style. Like I feel like that's like long lanky wing like they can try to go get a bucket. I feel like that's what I try to do, and play defense obviously. That's huge for me. So, but yeah, probably like Derrick Jones, just like tall, long, pretty athletic. So
No doubt. Look at those players 4 or 5 years ago. Not a lot of people probably weren't saying that about them, especially someone like Derrick Jones. And a lot of people
hmm
obviously see guys that are super athletic and they may not think they're just athletic and they may not translate. But being able to, like you said, add a mid-range jump shot or even a three-point shot, that athleticism does translate to the next game. And being able to just have that other aspects to your game will be huge.
yeah, no doubt.
And so now let's kind of talk about your upcoming season. Obviously, you're getting ready to go play. Talk about really what you're looking forward to this upcoming season.
Yeah, just win a championship. That's it. My first year, I missed the first like 2 months with a stress fracture. I came back, didn't really have a big role, but we had a really talented team, and we ended up losing on a buzzer in the first round of playoffs. Last year, it was just we had some. It was just like up and down. We would lose to some teams we shouldn't have lost to, and then be like in it with teams that should have blown us out. And it was just kind of an ugly season, and then this year I'm liking the chemistry so far. We got honestly like similar to what Coach TJ has for the future. Like it's really a similar lineup. We'll have three like 6'7", 6'8" type wings like me, and then a solid point guard and a big. And that's kind of like where we're gonna rock with. And I think the chemistry so far is already so much better. I'm actually coming back from a knee injury right now. My young bull Nate Santos, he's a junior. He'll be a high major. And then my guy RJ Blakeney, he's going to Dayton. So like we'll be the three wings that'll just we gotta go play D and go score the ball. So between us three, I don't think there's an as talented like crew in our league. We just got to make sure we play together and play defense. And I'm confident we got to get a chip. The recruiting process is over. That's all that matters is winning now. So.
No doubt. I think just right there is something that's so key because a lot of people obviously look at saying, obviously being able to commit gets a lot of stress off you. I think the whole recruitment process is something that is fun, it's enjoyable, it's a blessing, but at the same time it's kind of stressful having to get through that whole process. And now you just got to go enjoy it and really do what you want to do.
Exactly. It's all work from here, and it's a good combination of like in your mind, preparing for the next level. But I want to go out of here with a chip. 2 years. I've been here for 2 years now. This will be my third year at my prep school, and I haven't gotten one yet. So I really have in my mind we haven't done anything. So we got to go out with a chip. So.
No doubt. And obviously, some of you are now wrapped up playing summer or playing with your AU ball, City Rocks. Kind of talk about what that experience was like and why you chose to go play with them.
Yeah, I mean, Seahawks. I wanted to play when I wanted to represent like where I was from because there was just like I don't know how like welcome I was about to be my second year with the team from Connecticut because that's where my prep school is, and then so like I'm from right near Albany, with Albany City Rocks. So and after like playing really well at a few like they call it the New York State Top 24, like it's like just a little City Rocks event that they do every year, and I played really well there. So the coaches wanted me bad enough, and I ended up going. And, it might not have been the best fit, but honestly, like my recruitment picked up with the new events. Like I'm really thankful for those with the high school, the June weekends, and then the UConn, and the NCAA basketball academy at UConn. Like that's kind of really mainly where my recruiting happened. But it was a great experience. I learned a lot, and I didn't even get like many minutes or anything. Like it was really just strictly those couple of weekends in June and then the one in July. But I wanted to play against the best competition in the country. That was clearly EYBL, and it just didn't work out. But everything, like I said, everything happens for a reason. So it obviously did.
Without a doubt. I mean, talk about some of your teammates on City Rocks. Was there anyone maybe you created a great bond with? And who else were some of the guys that really helped lead the team?
Yeah, so obviously, you got your two like ranked guys, whatever. So Samir, he's at Marquette, he reclassed up, so he's at Marquette now. he's having a pretty solid freshman year. Gets to guard Marcus Howard every day. Like, we got to get so much better from that. Playing against one of the best scorers in the country. My guy Andre, I already have known him for a while, and we definitely got a lot closer through City Rocks. Andre Jackson, he's going to UConn now for next year, and then obviously the other guy he left. He started with us the second session. CJ Wiltshire is going to Xavier. Like those three, obviously, and Miles Wilmoth is going to Butler. We'll play him this year against St. Andrews. Those were obviously our main guys, and I feel like those I probably connected the most with them. I'm still in touch with Andre and Samir a good amount. I usually hang out with Andre, during breaks and stuff. But I feel like those four obviously were the main guys. Noah Hutchins, who's at IMG now doing a postgrad year, and we'll see where he goes. But he was obviously super athletic and another solid combo guard. So it was a fun year, couple weekends, but it obviously just didn't work out.
Absolutely, and like you said, God obviously has a plan for everything. Just following that, and obviously CJ and Miles were both on here before, and they just kind of talked about that too. I mean, in the beginning it was a little rough with the team, obviously getting chemistry and stuff, but obviously got a little better towards the end when you guys started to click a little bit. But I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, you just get to create friendships with guys that's going to last throughout the rest of your basketball careers.
No doubt, yeah. Anytime, actually, when Dre visits UConn, he's always saying to me to see if I can possibly go off campus because my thing is in Connecticut. I don't know when I'll see Samir just because he's in Syracuse when he's home, but it's definitely all love. Trying to stay in touch. Hopefully some good battles this year when we play Miles and everything. That'll be fun. And last year they won on a buzzer, and that when I tell you the ball did not go in, it was way after the buzzer. Miles made it too, and he knows it was after the buzzer. So we're definitely trying to get a little rematch this year. But it's good. It's friendly competition and everybody pushes each other. We're all high level basketball players, I feel like, and that's what just makes it more fun. Workouts, one-on-ones go crazy afterwards and everything. So it's been cool.
No doubt. And before I let you go, I was wrapping up with a couple of different questions. The first one being, who would you say in your life has been your biggest role model?
I really just my parents. My dad, he played in the NFL. And, obviously, I'm taking a different route than what I'm working for. But just the fact that he's made it to the highest level, that drives me all the time. And just kind of wanting to follow his footsteps, but also create my own name with it. And, I think it just happened to me because I didn't put on too much weight, so I just stayed a long, lanky, typical prototype basketball player. But just I'm kind of happy that I get to do it my own way. And obviously my mom, she always been super supportive, and they both help me out a lot mentally and everything, and where my head's at, and helping me make big decisions with things, and picking teams, and obviously the recruiting process. It was it was big, but and them too. My sister, my older sister, she plays at UC San Diego. She transferred from Columbia. She went to Blair Academy. She was kind of the first reason why I wanted to go to prep school, and that obviously opened up all these opportunities for college. And she helped me a lot throughout the recruiting process, just because I had my dad who could have went anywhere, and then my sister who had to transfer. So it was good to get both of their mindsets throughout that process as well. And they've all been super helpful.
That's awesome. That's obviously a huge blessing because I think God puts different people in your life to help keep you down your path, and be able to have a full family. I mean, obviously having two parents and a sibling that really can count on to help lead you and really keep your path straight and rely on them for help is obviously just a huge thing. That is a big time blessing.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
And my final question I was wrapping up with is, since I'm a man of faith, just how would you say God's helped get you to the point you're at today?
You just keep saying it, He has a plan, and at times when the whole process sucks, whether it's recruiting, not playing during AAU, everything happens for a reason. This happened to be the first year that we had the UConn event. That's when Wisconsin first saw me. It's when Georgetown started to recruit me a little bit harder. Then we had the NEPSAC events, UNLV, they would have had no film on me if I hadn't played in those couple of events, really, because that's when I really got to showcase my full skill set. And it just kind of, I don't think it's a coincidence that it happened to me the first year that everything all happened. And I actually had a connection with them that was sending them film, and they were like, yo, you got to get on him. they came out to see me in open gym, offered me a couple of days later. They showed enough love. They had 3 coaches. It was Buckley came and saw me on Thursday morning at 6:30. Like the next week's coach, and then Coach TJ offered me like that weekend. And then the next week, Coach Sloak came in, saw me, and then Coach TJ. When Coach TJ saw me, I was already hurt, and he knew that. Flew in, had breakfast with me at like 7 in the morning, literally just to have breakfast and leave. That just showed enough love, and I was okay with schools coming in late, and like I said, it all happens for a reason. So yeah, for sure, it's just part of the process. You got to keep working. Don't worry about anything else. So.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you said it perfectly there. I think there's so many different routes you take with high school basketball in terms of some guys obviously walk in, you're super phenom guys that come in with offers already, and then some guys do it to the normal game going into your freshman or sophomore, junior year, and then some people do it later on heading into the senior year or into the senior year. Some guys even have to play prep year, whatever it might be, to do that. But at some point when it comes together, it makes the story even better.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt.
Mm-hmm. Well, Devin, appreciate you taking time to come on today, my guy. Obviously, best luck with the upcoming season, and obviously from here on out, I'm excited to see what you and the rest of the guys at UNLV get done.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Looking forward to the next 4.
No problem, bro. God bless.
Thank you. You too.
It's amazing to be joined here now by the number 3 overall player in all of Wisconsin. The 3-star player also found himself currently ranked the number 322 ranked player in all the country and a top 70 shooting guard where it currently ranks in at number 69. The multisport star has played baseball, football, and of course is a star player at Mineral Point at basketball. He also was a key component on Phenom University's EYBL squad this past summer. And that person is Isaac Lindsey. What's going on today, bro?
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me.
No problem, bro. So let's hop right in. I mean, you're part of the great class heading over to UNLV, but talk about what's it like being officially a member of the team.
No, man, it's super exciting. Got signing day. It's nice to get it over with, make sure everything's official. I'm just super excited to become a Rebel with the guys out there. It seems like a great family atmosphere. Love all the recruits coming in. I can't wait to get started with them.
Without a doubt. I mean, let's kind of go down the list. I mean, obviously, it's really a big overhaul in terms of players coming in. I mean, there's a lot of guys now heading into this class. And so kind of talk about the guys that you maybe talked to or guys that you really are really excited to play with.
I'm excited to play with all the guys. They're all super cool. I got to meet everybody besides Donavan Yap, which I'm excited to meet him too. But I just met everybody else on the visit when we were out there. And just a great group of guys, and I can't wait to get to work with them.
Without a doubt. I think one people, when you look at it, I mean, there's obviously a lot of guards that we really look. I mean, guards and kind of forwards. I mean, of course, you got Jhaylon then. And, I mean, we kind of talk about what it's like kind of playing. It's going to be kind of like a small ball at times where you guys be able to space it out, especially down the line in the future. But talk about really how you think you're going to fit in alongside some of those other guys.
No, I think the way Coach Oz likes to run stuff is run fast and get up tempo and stuff. And I think with a lot of guards, we can do that in Jhaylon. He can run the floor and he can stretch it out too. He can shoot it. So I just feel like we'll play really good. We'll play fast and we'll put up points. So I think it will be fun with the system Coach has got, and everyone will just buy in, I think, and it'll be a good group.
Without a doubt. And so now let's kind of talk about your high school season. Obviously, that's coming up, but, I mean, obviously, you've also played many other sports throughout your time now. I mean, you've been playing baseball, you played football. Kind of talk about what all the sports have been like and really being a multi-athlete.
Oh, yeah. It's been great being with the guys. I go to a small school, so kind of everybody plays all 3. So I created a great bond with all the players here, and just it's a family atmosphere here too. So it's been fun, and just picking up skills from each sport, just going from one to the next, and just leadership skills like that, being the quarterback and the shortstop, and then the point guard for the basketball team. Just build a lot of great leadership skills and meet other people, and it's just been a great experience.
Absolutely. And so when you look at all the sports, I mean, what really separated basketball from all the other ones in terms of why you love that one so much?
Yeah, I've loved basketball ever since I was a little kid. That's kind of what I grew up doing, and the other ones were just kind of for fun, just to be with my friends when we were younger. So I've always just really, my focus has been on basketball, but I've really enjoyed the other 2 sports going through high school.
Absolutely. Is there maybe one memory that really stands out to you most about maybe the other sports, football or baseball?
Yeah, just the memories with the football coaches and the football players this past season. It was a crazy year. We went 12-1, which was the school's never had that kind of a record. So it was cool to do that stuff, and we put up points. We were fast. Had a lot of fun guys to play with, and it was just made a nice little playoff run there. Had a tough loss, but the season was just a great season to remember.
Absolutely. And then obviously you talk about your club season. I mean, you were able to go play with Phenom University. Talk about really what that was like and some of the guys on the team you really enjoyed playing with.
That was a great experience going down. I've always wanted to play in the EYBL since I was little, so it was great to get that experience playing with guys like Jalen Johnson, Jamari Sibley, Reece Beekman, just to name a few of those guys. But no, that was a great team. It was a great atmosphere with those guys. I was still close with all of them, and it was just a fun summer traveling all over. We had practice all the time, so we were together quite a bit, and it was a good experience.
Absolutely. So kind of talk about why you decided to go and play with them.
It was a new start there, and it was something new, and they kind of wanted to get built, and then they reached out to me early and said they wanted me to be a part of it. So I was just super excited. My AU coach that I was with originally was moving over too, and I kind of wanted to follow him. So everything worked out good in that situation. It was a good experience to go play Nike, and I didn't want to pass that up.
Without a doubt. And I think one thing you just talked about obviously was a lot of the top players you played alongside. But I mean, obviously, I know you know a bunch of players from club, from high school that have been able to now go to college too, just like you. And kind of talk about that. What's it like seeing all these other players and your friends commit and really live out the same dream you're living out right now?
Yeah, it's been pretty cool to see it all. I've always been, since a little kid, I've always dreamed of playing Division I basketball. So now to see it and know all the guys that are going Division I too, it's gonna be fun to watch everybody at their own colleges, support all my friends the relationships that I built over the years, and maybe even get a chance to play a couple of those guys in college would just be surreal.
Absolutely. Is there maybe one guy you really would consider maybe one of your closest friends that's been on your basketball team or something like that?
Yeah, I really grew when I was with Phenom. I really grew close to Carter Gilmore, who's walking on at the Badgers. So I've really grown close with him, and he's probably one of my best friends. So it'd be cool to watch him do his thing at Wisconsin, and maybe get a chance to play him in the future. So.
Absolutely. I think one thing a lot of people obviously look at, I think the NBA kind of started the trend with guys teaming up. But was there maybe anyone that you possibly talked about teaming up with? And if so, what were some of those schools that maybe you were possibly going to team up with?
Yeah, I talked to Carter quite a bit about teaming up with him in college. We were really close, so we thought it'd be cool to play college together. And we weren't sure how everything was going to work out, but we talked about like Southern Illinois. That was a possibility. We were both looking at that school and stuff. So we talked about teaming up, but we all just had to do what was best for us and kind of find the best fit. So.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that's something that obviously can separate possibly that, but I think that's such a small, tight community in terms of basketball still at the same time that, like you said, I mean, you will probably be able to see him, if not play against him, you still be able to stay in easy contact with him and just being in that brotherhood kind of system of basketball at the college level.
Yeah, no, it's been great. The brotherhood is something crazy. I don't know if many people realize that, but you build up crazy relationships over the years, and it's cool to see everybody go do their thing now and support them with everything. So it'll be fun to see how everybody does their senior year of high school and wrap that up and then move on to the next stage.
No doubt. And then obviously for you, the next stage after college will be something else. But have you maybe considered that, and really what are you looking at in terms of after college basketball?
No, I want to keep playing basketball as long as I can. I think the coaches at UNLV do great player development stuff. So I think those guys will really build us and give us a chance to play at the next level. But if that doesn't work out, I'd love to join the coaching world and everything. And I think Coach Altenberger and all the coaches at UNLV have great connections to help me out with that. So yeah, we'll see how everything goes. But I plan on playing basketball as long as I can.
That's awesome. That's something that's so great about, especially sports, I think. There's so many different fields of it because even if you are able to go play all the way through the pros and play in the NBA level or oversee whatever it may be, at some point the ball just stops bouncing, and that's when you see so many former players able to get involved in front offices, coaching staffs, I mean, media. There's so many different aspects of basketball you can still stay involved with the game, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've always wanted to stay with basketball. I've always wanted to have a job in basketball, and I just think the connections you can make with everybody's connected in the basketball world. So you just got to find the right guys, and they'll take care of you. So.
Absolutely. And so then getting back to kind of your college decision, really what went into that decision? Was it maybe one factor that separated UNLV from everyone else?
Yeah, so Coach Altenberg was the first coach to offer me. So I've been talking to him forever, and just the relationship with him is just crazy. Like I've never felt that type of love from a coach out of all the coaches that recruited me, and it was just he just does a great job at recruiting, and I think that was the main reason I came. But after meeting all the other coaches and visiting campus, UNLV is a great place, and Vegas is going to be a fun place to be. And now meeting all the recruits, it's a great group of guys, and I think we're going to have a lot of success out there.
Absolutely. I think that right there you just said is a huge thing because I think a lot of people that watch college basketball are aware of that. Wonder why UNLV is not a really an elite program because I mean everything is really set up to be an elite program. Honestly, they have one of the best state-of-the-art stadiums in terms of college basketball. I mean, it's good enough to host the NBA Summer League there. I mean, you're in Vegas, which is one of the biggest cities in America. I mean, there's so much stuff set up there, and there's been such a great legacy in the prior years, obviously in the 90s and all that time. But everyone's kind of wondered why hasn't they been able to pass that next group, and obviously having a new coaching staff and bringing in a whole new group of guys, something that could really set that up to put it where it belongs in terms of being an elite program.
No, for sure. That's our goal. We want to rebuild this back up and get the Thomas and Mack rocking again. So I think Coach Altenberger's the great guy to get that started, and all the coaches. And I just think this recruiting class is going to be a good one. I think it'll be special. So I'm hoping we can turn everything around and get it rocking like it was in the 90s.
Without a doubt. And so talking about a little bit more, was there anyone else maybe you were heavily considering in terms of college decisions?
I've always been kind of with Coach Otts. I was really excited about South Dakota State when he was there. And then he ended up going to UNLV, and everything worked out for me to be able to go with him out there. And it was just that's the guy that I wanted to play for, and I'm just happy how it worked out.
Absolutely. I think like you said earlier, I think having the coach that offers you first is a huge thing because, like you said, they trusted in you before anyone else really wanted to. I mean, it's something that you have that tight bond with. You've talked to him longer than anyone else, and just having that for any school you really go to, I think it will always be an attracting place for any really player at whatever level.
Yeah, no, coach, just the trust in me that he has, it's just something different, and I really respect him for that, and I really appreciate everything he does for me. So I'm really excited to go out there and play for him.
Without a doubt. Before I let you go, I was like wrapping up a couple different questions. The first one being, who would you say in your life has been your biggest role model?
I'd probably say my cousin, Cy Staver. I've just always looked up to him since I've been little, and he went and played college basketball at Division III, and it was just cool to go watch him do that. And he's just been a great role model for me as a person, and just setting goals and always being a good guy. And he's just I can't thank him enough. He's like a big brother to me.
That's awesome. I think God always puts someone in your life that can kind of help guide you, just kind of be like you said, a role model for you. I mean, no matter what, I think in my opinion, I mean, no matter what division you play at, it's still a great accomplishment to be able to play at that next level past high school. And that's something, like you said, it's just something you can always enjoy and kind of helps you learn your path and kind of establish what you want to do down the road.
No, yeah, I totally agree. There's Division III, Division One. Division One's obviously the best, but Division III is no slouch. There's guys can play down there. I've been to many games and they can play. So it was really cool to go watch him do his thing there.
Absolutely. And my last question I was like kind of wrapping up with is talking about faith a little bit. How would you say God or faith has got you to the point you're at today?
Oh man, I wouldn't be able to do anything without that guy. I mean, watch church every Sunday with my family. Always pray at night, and man, I'm truly blessed to be in the position that I am and have the things that I have, and I can't be more thankful. So my family's big with religion, and that's one of the key things to my life, and I just wouldn't be able to do anything without him. So I really appreciate everything.
Absolutely. I think he's always got something special in store for everyone, no matter what lane of life he's got in store for you. And just being able to lock in and find that path is something that's great because you know it's going to really help benefit and really get anyone somewhere really special.
Yeah, and I feel like I've always believed that everything happens for a reason. And just the way my recruiting path has gone, I just really feel like I'm going where I'm supposed to be, and everything does happen for a reason, I believe. So it's just going to be UNLV is going to be fun out there. So.
Amen, man. That's definitely a huge thing, and I appreciate you taking time to come on today. Obviously, best luck with this upcoming season. Enjoy it. Obviously, committed now, and get ready. And really, I'm excited to see what you and the rest of the guys at UNLV get done.
No, yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
No problem, bro. God bless.
All right, you too.
It's truly a blessing to now be joined by one of the top centers in all the country. He's currently ranked the number 24 overall center and a 3-star player who finds himself ranked number 5 overall in all Nevada. He's also just outside the top 200 at number 204. He's one of the star players at Dream City, and he put on a show this summer while playing with Team Vegas while being in the AAU. And he was a big-time player in the Bay vs. LA game. So with that being said, I'm excited to be able to welcome on Jhaylon Martinez. What's happening today, bro?
Nothing much. What's up?
Not much. So let's just jump right in, man. I mean, you're part of now a top 30 recruiting class at UNLV. You officially signed. What's it feel like?
I feel great. I feel excited. I'm ready to be a part of the family. We had a really good recruiting class coming in. I played with Donavan, and I really like Reece
and me and Nick have a really good relationship, so it's looking good.
Absolutely. And I think one thing that always stands out to everyone is that the fact that there's a lot of guys that are either from Nevada or have lived there at some point. Obviously, like you said, Donavan, like Nick, like a lot of that, and just being able to have that chemistry would be obviously huge.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like the chemistry is gonna be really, really, really good.
No doubt. And one thing that's obviously I think really is special about it is the fact that you guys obviously have about 5+ guys coming onto the team. That's really rare. A lot of teams obviously have 1 or 2 guys that come in each year. I mean, you guys are basically having a whole new team come in. I mean, that's gonna be a huge thing to kind of reset UNLV basketball.
Yeah.
And so kind of talk about that. I mean, obviously, in my opinion, I think a lot of people look at UNLV as a place that can be a marquee place for college basketball. I mean, it's in Las Vegas. It's got an incredible stadium, but they've always had decent talent at times. Recently they've had like guys like Ra'shjon Vaughn, Anthony Bennett, and whatnot, but they haven't really been able to take it to the next step. So kind of talk about what it's like going there now, being one of the hometown kind of people, and really being able to represent that and possibly change UNLV basketball now.
I feel like the class that's coming in, me, Donovan, Nick, Reese, and I feel like us and TJ are just going to really try and change the UNLV culture and have a lot of people come out and start to win more games and everything. I think that us coming in all together, we're going to look really good in the next 2 years, and like we're going to really pick up the UNLV basketball. Yeah. Our chemistry and just us gelling together, some of us being from Vegas or living in Vegas, playing or with each other is just gonna really work out. Me and Donovan are already played together. Um, Me and Nick, really good relationship. Having Reese come in, so it's looking good, I think.
Without a doubt. And I know one thing obviously is that it's not just going to be super easy process going in there and you guys are probably just going to walk in there and easily up to the championship and win it all. But I mean, it's going to be, like you said, in 1 or 2 years, you guys could very well be a top-ranked team heading into the season, which would be a huge thing because, like you said, there is that chemistry. And it's going to take some time to develop even more chemistry on the court together. But once that clicks after a couple years and adding more and more pieces, it's going to be really special.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. And I know another big thing is that obviously Nick's the only guy that's in the top 100 ranking wise, and a lot of you guys are underrated players. I mean, you and obviously other guys are ranked and all, but I think Reece is another guy that's obviously unranked pretty much, and he's someone that's going to come out and really is a high flyer that can really play modern day basketball. And you guys have the ability to really play modern day basketball as a whole. I mean, you're a big guy and you can play like that, but you're also able to space the floor, which is going to be something that can really push the tempo and be huge.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be really well. We have like all of us. We all play differently, and we all could play together. I think the recruiting class coming in. I think that we could all one day just be the starting five.
Without a doubt. And so in terms of you guys, maybe not you directly, but in terms of as a team or as a coaching staff or whatever it might be, for guys like Milwaukee, guys in the future that are trying to recruit, what would you say would be like the big pitch you'd really want to say to future recruits?
I just think that we're gonna really, really change things at UNLV. TJ's a really good coach. Um, the recruiting class that we have is gonna be. I feel like we're gonna all come in, really work hard, you know, and we're just gonna really change UNLV basketball. I just think that, and if you want to be a part of what we're doing, and Milani being from Vegas, he could be like one of the hometown heroes. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And so in terms of you, I mean, you have originally kind of narrowed down to top 7, being schools like Northwestern, Nevada, UNLV, St. Mary, Washington State, UC Irvine, Dartmouth. What really separated UNLV from all those other schools?
What separated UNLV from all the schools is that Coach TJ was actually the one recruiting me most of the time. The way he like reached out all the time, he showed love. Came to a lot of my games. He came to a lot of my games over the summer. Front row, just supporting me and what I was going through over the summer. His philosophy of the game, like me and TJ see the game the same way. We think that I could dominate the post and I could stretch out.
Mm-hmm. And right there, that's something that's huge because obviously people know that being a near 7 foot player like you are, and obviously someone that can, like you said, grind out down low, and there's not many people, if any people, anyone that can really stop you down low. But the fact that a lot of people really have their mind stuck, I think that's why maybe they still rank you outside the 200, and because a lot of people just think that you are just a down low kind of player. But like you said, everyone that truly watches you play knows that you can step out and shoot the ball now, and you are working on that, and you've added that to your game, and something that's going to be something really hard to stop in college basketball.
Yeah, for sure. I think that people don't really see it because I don't really do it too much in game, but yeah.
Without a doubt. And obviously now your commitment was huge and all, but that wasn't your only big decision this summer. Also, you went through a couple of changes in terms of high school. I mean, obviously you now ended up at Dream City, but your very first one was at going to Compass. So kind of talk about what that was like and why you decided originally to switch from Compass and then go to Dream City.
Switching from Compass and going to Dream City, I just seen that it was a better opportunity here at Dream City. I think that the people here and the coaching staff really just want to get me better. We have Coach Dion on our staff, and he used to coach at Oklahoma, so he prepares me. He has a relationship with TJ, so I think that I'm just going to really work on my game and be prepared.
Without a doubt. And obviously, you also were able to come transfer out now and play with your brother. What's that like playing alongside him too?
I've always played with my brother since I started playing basketball, and it's really fun. You know, I'm gonna miss being with him on the floor next year, but being a point guard and him being a point guard and me being a big, we've always really played well together.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt. And so obviously he's someone that's, I believe, is truly one of the most underrated point guards and players in the state as well. So kind of talk about for him, what do you see him growing in, obviously, and now turning into his own player and possibly now looking at colleges to come interested in him and possibly offer him now?
I feel like he's going to really pick it up this season. He's a real high energy defensive player. He can score when he needs to. I just think that people are going to stop sleeping on him. I think that he's going to have a breakout season this year because he's been really working hard and just becoming a better player.
Without a doubt. And now kind of looking at Dream City, I mean, obviously Arizona's really revamped, really a ton of talent. Obviously, we look at Hillcrest, they've added on a ton of talent, as we know. Obviously, Compass has done great. Powerhouse has now got a solid team, but Dream City really has also brought in an insane amount of talent. I mean, you look at guys, obviously like you, but you guys got guys like Art. Obviously, Mar'Jon's out there. You got just added on now Alex. I mean, Jalen Anderson. I mean, a lot of you guys, I mean, the list goes on in terms of guys, Blaze, so many guys on the team, but talk about how the teams really come together piece by piece and forming this really, really great team you guys now have.
I think we all gel together really well. We're great together, and I feel like on the court, just after like a month or two, when we start getting into like March and everything, we're going to be a really good team. We work well together on the court, and everybody just plays their role, doesn't do too much, and I feel like at the end of the season, everybody's going to really see who's the better team because of the way we work together. And, yeah, that's really it.
No doubt. And I think one of the first true showcases, I think the first thing, obviously, was we guys went out to California, and the scrimmage kind of like feeling game against Sierra Canyon. Obviously, it woke a lot of people up that way. But the true first time when you guys are truly going to be able to play on a national stage now against real season games will be this weekend, obviously, in the Grind Session opener starting tomorrow. Talk about really what you guys are excited about that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're really excited about that. We've been practicing hard and just getting ready for this weekend. I think that we'll probably come out and win it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And obviously, I just landed another guy, kind of a little late in the season now, obviously adding Alex. But talk about what his addition has been like to the team.
He's a very athletic shot blocker, high energy player. He came in and he just got right to it. We didn't really have any problems getting him in to the system that we run at all. He's played well in the last game that we played together, and I think that he's going to do well this weekend with us and just be a really good addition to the team.
No doubt. And also this summer, let's talk a little about your AAU season. I mean, you played with a couple of different teams, primarily with Team Vegas, but you also played some with Firestorm. You played a couple of things with Vegas Elite. But talk about really what those experiences were like and what you took away from the summer.
Taking away from this summer, I think that just getting better overall, working on my body. I think this summer really showed me that I could be a really high player. I think that playing with all the different teams and playing at the high level that I did play at, it just showed me the things that I needed to work on. And yeah.
Without a doubt. And then finally, and another thing was really a great thing you're able to go play in was obviously the Bay vs LA game where there was a ton of talent. We all saw that. But talk about what that experience was like.
Playing with the Bay vs LA, I actually played in it this last year and the year before that. It's always been a great turnout. First we had it in the Bay, then we had it in LA. We had a lot of good players. We had Brad, we had Keith, we had Maker come. We had we just had a lot of different talent. We had a lot of people come out, and it was just a really good event. We all had fun. All played against the YouTubers and like Marcellus Howard and people like that, and it was just really fun.
Without a doubt. And before I let you go, I was like wrapping up a couple different questions. The first one being, who in your life would you say has been your biggest role model?
My biggest role model is my mom. I feel like my mom's a really hardworking person, and she doesn't really say too much. She's always working for her family, and always not making excuses, just getting things done. And she's my biggest role model for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously just having that person that always has your back in life that really helps keep you down the path that God is planning for you is just an awesome thing.
Yeah.
And then also another thing, just a quick thing, to kind of talk about your brand. I mean, obviously, we all know you have a great brand. Talk about what that is like and obviously your clothing line.
Our clothing line, we started our clothing line about, I think, my sophomore or freshman year. It's called Mindset Apparel. We do a lot of shirts, hoodies, and just it's really just for not even about sports. It's just about having a good mindset and just being positive. And we have things that our brand represents, just being a positive person, just having a good mindset with everything that you do so you can be successful in life. And yeah, that's really it.
No doubt. And that's such a special message. I think, like you said, obviously it does apply to basketball. You can definitely take that with all those things definitely more than apply in basketball, but it applies past that too. I mean, it's something that obviously everyone in our world could obviously use a good mindset and that benefit them for sure. I mean, it definitely is just a huge thing that it's definitely a great thing to have and really represent.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And my final question I was like wrapping up with is just talking about faith a little bit, but how would you say God's helped get you to the point you're at today?
God's helped me with everything that I have been through, persevered through. God has blessed me with everything that I have today and what I'm going to have tomorrow. I'm thankful for everything that He's done for me and my family, and yeah.
Without a doubt. I mean, he obviously has a special path for you, man. I mean, it's definitely going to be great to see how much he keeps going because obviously I think he has a special thing for everyone in store, and obviously for you right now and for the really foreseeable future will be basketball. So, I mean, keep that up. I mean, it's definitely going to be something special.
Appreciate it.
No problem, bro. Obviously, best luck with the upcoming season. Can't wait to see what you and obviously the rest of your UNLV guys get done throughout the rest of your course of your college careers.
Thank you.
No problem, bro. God bless.
All right.